Spoke 3 is about getting it all together and where they think the drum and bass and jungle scene is right about now.
So tell me, where did the drum and bass scene start in New Zealand?
I suppose the earliest full jungle gigs would have been the jungle soundclash gigs and drum and bass wise at Bob and Papa Jack's. That's where it sort of all came together in Auckland anyway.
What has been the response from international DJs about New Zealand scene?
They're always very, very surprised, and like a lot of them are just bubbling. A lot of them kind of like Doc Scott's probably the most reserved man you'll ever meet. You hardly ever see him. Like when we're on tour with him, he'll like stay in his hotel room and not answer the phone and not answer the door if he doesn't want to. But then he'll come out and just play a stormer. But he's normally reserved, doesn't get that enthusiastic about anything. But we hear back from people in the UK that he was raving about New Zealand, and Trace has gone back there and done a lot of work for New Zealand and Subtronics. They're just, and Kimmy and Storm, I talked to them recently on the phone, and they just said that they were just so blown away by New Zealand, and every interview they've done since then, they've just raved about it. So yeah, they're pleasantly surprised, and I'd say in the next year that we're going to get a lot of attention turned this way because of that, because at the moment they're all kind of keeping it a little bit under their hats because it's their little paradise that they come down to, but it won't be long before someone clicks onto it.
I've noticed that there's quite a few new faces appearing at drum and bass gigs over the last year. Where do you think these kids are coming from? What's inspiring them to turn to drum and bass?
Well, they're obviously wrapping their ears around the sound, and it's taking them somewhere where genres like house and trance can't sort of take them, I suppose. And they just respect them.
I know, that's fine.
But I mean, it's a new sound, and to people who haven't heard it before, I mean, it certainly does make you take a step back. It sort of blows you away, but
I think we've got the best crowds that I ever see at any gigs. Our punters, I just have no end of respect for, because they come and they don't stand there looking around at all. They come and they tune into the music and they don't care about anything else. They're just like there to have a wicked time, and then it's not really an image thing at all. It's just like the sound, and they know tunes, and they know when a new tune is coming in, and you get hoots when they hear a new tune coming into the mix. They just understand the music. They're not just there to look at everyone. They love it. And that's the best thing about it.
The Breakz is one of the most successful drum and bass nights, and it's on a Thursday, and it still gets. How many people would you say come along each week?
It's around about 400 every week, and I think the key to it is that when we did start it, and it's funny because we talked about Wednesday, and we didn't really want to try and compete with the weekend thing, because I think the crowds on Fridays and Saturdays can get quite ugly and commercial, and that's not really, they don't really handle break beats. So we thought we'd try and make one night ours, and we decided it was going to be Thursday, and it worked for us. And now kind of people have marked it in their book as if they're going to go out, they'll this is when they can go and hear some good drum and bass, and so they'll go out on a Thursday, and it seems to work for us. We're happy with it,
So tell me where the idea for the Breakz compilation came from.
Polygram approached me when we were still doing the Breakz at Calibre, and had heard about our night and was interested in doing New Zealand's first drum and bass compilation, and they wanted to involve some people that were involved in the scene, and they came and had a chat to me and kind of just went from there, really. It was their idea to start with, but I had been thinking about, I was actually trying to do it independently, but I think it'd be better with a major company's help.
One thing missing from the Breakz compilation is a New Zealand artist. When do you think that we might see some New Zealand drum and bass coming out?
There's a lot of people holed up in little bedroom studios at the moment. You just have them popping up everywhere. I have people coming in, and I know Jonathan Sonic does as well, have people coming in and offering us to go into their studios, because essentially this is DJing music, and without a DJ's input, a lot of the time it doesn't work at all. And that's, in the UK, a lot of the producers are DJing a lot to get that interaction with the floor going, so their tracks are more interesting and work on the dance floor. I'd like to see some really good New Zealand drum and bass as well. That's not completely derivative of what's going on over there. We should work on our own style, but I haven't heard anything yet, and Subtronics would really like to hear dats or takes from anyone who's doing it, so bring it to us.
Bring it to us, they say. Be on the lookout, sensors at the alert for the Breakz compilation. And I see news you've got drum and bass shoes on there.
These are the official drum and bass shoes, the Adidas Shelter.
Now,